All right, here we are, spawning the upper left into the red. He is, of course, for Alpha X. The Ender of Days, as mentioned, he is Ragnarok. And his opponent, spawning in the bottom right, in the blue, the man you're all here to see this evening. Recently back from the military, he is Hero. Oh yeah, Buck Boy, it's pretty hot here too. I'm in Dallas. I think I mentioned that. Ooh, that's hot. I spent years in Arizona. I understand the heat. I understand that one. Mickey Mouse units. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's been like high 90s Fahrenheit here in Dallas, but also like 80% humidity, so it's damn hot. I lived 5 years in Arizona. That also was hot, but man, breaking 100 in Canada, that just seems wrong. Like, I don't know. What's it? Up in New Hampshire. So I normally live in New Hampshire. What is it? It is. Let me check the temperature back home. Or, well, back where I live most of the year. Well, we'll see. It is. Yeah, they're hitting a high of like 80s. Oh crap! Never mind. Yeah, it's supposed to be high 90s pretty much all the time. They say climate change isn't a thing. No one in the Northeast. Yeah, the mic boom is actually bigger than I am. I just live in the shadow of the mic boom. You may be thinking that I live in an apartment. No. The apartment is the mic boom, and I've just been able to like put an area out from under it. It's gonna be here being a. Oh, this is actually really. It's only one adept though. Well, as he gets one shot off on the Zerglings before anything happens, I mean, this is Hero being rather cheeky indeed. Oh, this is pretty cool. He will cancel the pylon. Of course, there's no need right now. And he's forced Ragnarok to take the linear third, the less defensive third. That, and it's delayed. Third base is going to go down right around 3 minutes. Right around 30, 35, 36 supply instead of the 32 that that Ragnarok wanted to go for. And yeah, it's a small thing, but Hero is going for an aggressive build, right? There is a Warp Prism out here. We do not see any gases in the natural, although realistically, we're going to be looking to see whether we get any gases in about 15 seconds at 3:30. But as of right now, with this Warp Prism coming on in, at the very least, we're going to see this Adept drop idea that Hero made so much use of in the previous games. And already, I mean, these Adepts, they get 2 workers, and they will be able to shade on out. So, Hero, it's not game-ending damage, and let's not pretend it is, but it is damage. And that now does mean that Hero's maybe even going to get a little bit more, as this this Warp Prism 2 Adept pressure idea is not something that we see all that often, right? Hero did it in the last series, but I'm pretty sure Ragnarok was not covering that. We're gonna have to see. So yeah, the Warp Prism is gonna go on in, and there we go. So this is actually something we saw Protoss doing back in Heroes Day. We don't see it as much anymore, but it was specifically in PvP. It brings to mind a game of Neeb versus, I want to say, Classic on yeah, well, I don't know how humid it is in British Columbia. But I want to say this was, again, Stats maybe, or Classic, back when Neeb won the Kespa Cup. But he was doing this build where he would get like, I want to say it was maybe 3 or 4 adepts just to guarantee the 2-shot. The 1-tap, I think it was. And he would get a Warp Prism full of adepts and drop them in the natural of King Sejong Station, snipe down all of the sentries, and then go from there. Yeah, I mean, it really does. It's too damn hot. I told myself I wasn't going to live in a stupid hot place again after I, left Arizona after 5 years and moved up to the northeastern U.S. And here I am in Dallas for the summer. At least I get to play Quidditch, I guess. Okay, now we have the attack coming on in earnest. 4 more gates just about to finish here. How many Immortals do we have? 2 Immortals, 2 Sentries. So really not a lot of gas in this push. In fact, I would not be surprised to see Hero. Yeah, Hero is mining Not a lot of gas at the moment. It's only, well, okay, he's mining out of his the 2 gases in his main base, but this is a big army here. And Hero, well, he doesn't have an army supply lead, but he's not all that far behind. And these force fields on these queens are going to be very nice indeed. I love this spore here from RAGNAROK. It's going to make so this War Prism really can't get on in, can't do those War Prism heroics that we are so used to seeing. And yes, it will force the War Prism back. That will ensure that Hero gets his warp in. But I mean, it's so hard now for RAGNAROK or for Hero to really get on in. Notice Hero is prioritizing knocking that War Prism down. That being said, okay, the army supply values are somewhat even here. And it's kind of when you hit that even mark, when you see the Protoss start to go ahead and stuff like that, that's when things get really scary. But look at this. All the queens are going to get taken down because Hero forces the army to go on the main base. In fact, the Adepts are going to shade on into the main base here, which means 1, 2, 3 queens are going to go down. The army of the Natural is doing a really good job. Actually, in the main base as well. Hero has found some openings here. I don't know whether it's going to be quite enough just yet, as we do have Zerglings wrapping on in from behind, but these 2 Immortals are still standing strong. And here's the thing. There is no anti-air. These Immortals are going to live forever. And Hero, one thing he's always been known for is his micro. That 1 queen being alive is just kind of an insult to everything, but it's not going to go down. Not just yet, but the Immortals, they're still alive, though. The army of RAGNAROK is falling down, but I think he is just enough of a rally. The rest of the army here from Hero will go down, and because there's still army on the ground, there's not going to be a warp in from Hero, not anytime soon. So Hero realizing that, yeah, I gotta go transition from this. I'm not sure whether RAGNAROK will allow him to, because RAGNAROK, he's still on 40 out of workers. He really hasn't taken much eco damage, and he's got a big army. It's a lot of Roaches, a lot of Ravagers, like a lot of Zerglings, and you know, Zerglings, very good, very, very good against just 2 Immortals. Oh yeah, I can. I mean, I took a semester course in orbital mechanics. I can figure out, you know, the eccentricity and whatever of the. Oh, that's so cool there, Hero. I mean, he's not in a great spot right now. He really didn't get the damage he needed. But you know, double Immortal drop to snipe creep. I've seen Adept drops. I've seen Archon drops to snipe creep. But double Immortal, well, you know what? As they say, smoke him if you got him. I mean, he's got 2 Immortals and a War Prism. He wants to find damage somewhere. Now the 3rd base is going to come under fire once again. The War Prism is not here, and there are no shield batteries. And this is actually, it's going to be interesting to see how quickly Hero picks up on the current shield battery meta, because shield batteries with overcharge are a whole lot better than they used to be, because this is Hero just playing an extremely anachronistic style, which is cool as it is. And you know, as well as it worked against Maelstrom, it's kind of been figured out. There's a reason that we see so many Stargate openers, because it's how it works, right? You just don't get the damage you're looking for against these robo attacks more often than not at this point. I mean, there's the rare chance it happens, but I mean, not against RAGNAROK. So the 3rd base here will go on down as RAGNAROK just continues to rally things on into the Natural. Cyber goes down as well, which means, well, less tech on the ground. There is no charge. It's done soon, but not yet. We're going to see more and more production go on down here. And yeah, 3 Immortals, they do a lot. They can do a lot. I mean, we've seen Heroes heroics with these Immortals in the past, but I don't know. So now it's, what are we at? 5 gates? 4 gates? 6 gates, actually, excuse me. Heroes got to be careful to not get hit by those vials. So more and more gates on the way, and we will have charge. We will have +1. We will have Archons. And Hero's not that far in army supply. Maybe he's going to be able to just, if he just builds a really big army, runs across the map, maybe he can get what he wants to get done. But he will have to rebuild this wall, because with all of these Zerglings here, it's going to be rather difficult. Well, it's going to be very easy, excuse me, for RAGNAROK to just run, you know, 20 Zerglings on into the Natural and really knock Hero out of this game. But Hero, for his part, it kind of looks like he just wants to take a 3rd again, which, I guess that's fair. I mean, he can't really get a lot done on the other side of the map. I mean, well, you know, as I say that, this army supplies are not all that different. The Zealots will get a queen. But there we go. That's what I was worried about. Zerglings will run on into the main base. We will see some warpins to try to combat it, and there we go. Okay, so War Prism will go down as well. RAGNAROK really just out multitasking Hero at this point. Only 2 probes will go down. That's absolutely worthwhile, because there's no War Prism. There is no way here for Hero to realistically find his way across the map. I need to remember that I have instant replay working in a really cool way, and I actually need to remember to save the replays. That would require skill and effort, and these are things I lack. So, well, oh well, look at this. RAGNAROK. Are these gonna be roach drops? Oh, okay, just circling drops on into the main base here of Hero. Meanwhile, of course, well, actually, he's not going to set up an attack on the third base. He's just going to kind of content to expand himself. And I mean, this gives time for Hero, right? He is going to get his third base up. Actually, it is technically up now as he builds 3 probes at a time. But he's been down income for quite a while. Yeah, that's a significant income advantage. Now the Zerglings will find their way on into the main base. Hero's on top of things. He's got the vision, so he will be able to warp stuff in. But the Zerglings, they're just going to target down probes as much as they can, just to get as much eco damage as possible. And it's not going to be a lot, but it's going to be non-zero, and it distracts Hero. It makes Hero maybe miss a production cycle. I don't know. Oh, but are we going to see... Oh, Storm Drop's going to be a little earlier. But now we see him coming on in. Are they going to get... Oh, they will. 12 workers go down in the blink of an eye. And the Warp Prism's still alive. The Warp Prism... Oh, he's going to get more. 17, 18, 19 workers. That actually may put a Hero back into this game. Oh, well, he did not have the dare spot. Never mind. 19 workers is awesome. But not if you lose your Warp Prism and your 2 High Templar. Because, yeah, I mean, the High Templars were out of storms, but one of those Archons, especially against this massive Roach Ravager Ling Bane force, you want those Archons to really tank against the Banelings and the Zerglings as they do run on in. That being said, though, I mean, Hero's army is not bad. He does have +2 here, so he does have an upgrade lead. He's within 10 army supply, and what is he? He's at 4 or 5 storms and just enough force field. So realistically, this is going to be a fight he can take if he takes it properly. I mean, Ragnarok, he's setting up a nice surround. Well, actually, no, that's not a surround. That's going to be a Baneling run by. And I love this Hero. Just taking an idea from the PvT playbook, where you just keep that Warp Prism with a couple High Templar on there, and you just get those really good Baneling storms. So, okay, 10 workers will go down. Not as much damage as Hero did, but also, you know, oh, so storms on the Banelings already. Hero doing a really good job here. Banelings will connect on a bunch of the rest of the Zealots. But most of those, most of the Banelings have now died. Oh. Sorry about that. Twitch was paused, so it decided, when it hosted something, it decided to play. Anyway, these storms, they're going to be a little bit better here. One will not land. More and more Banelings coming on in. Immortals targeting everything down. And, well, Hero, he's still you know, he's just losing losing the chaff to this army. He's got a bunch of really strong units, but there's nothing to buffer for him, so the Roaches are going to come on in. I don't know if we have any more storms left on this side, Templar. It looks like that answer is no. Yeah, that answer is there's a storm right now, but it's not going to matter here. So Ragnarok's going to come crashing on in. Hero down to 24 army supply. That's just going to be about it. And he's going to try to make one last hold. But this 4th base, it certainly dies. And I mean, I admire the fighting spirit from Hero. He has made miracles happen in the past. But this is really a game where quantity beats quality. It doesn't matter that it's 2 Immortals and 2 Archons. I mean, those are powerful units indeed. But it's just a bunch of Roaches, Ravagers, Lings, Banes, just whatever Hero wants, or whatever Ragnarok wants. And there we go. The 4th base will go on down. Ragnarok, he is fleeing from this army, but he really doesn't have to. And there we go. The full surround coming on, and the Warp Prism can save 2 units, but not the entire force. So everything is going on down here. Hero, he's giving his last shot here, but Ragnarok, he's just got too much at the end of the day. Roaches, Ravagers, Lings, Banes, whatever he wants is going to come rolling on in. 3 Immortals are all that remains of the Smiling Assassin. And unfortunately, Smiles cannot cut Zerg, at least not today, not in this game. I have that. I just keep forgetting to play it, Bugboy. Or I keep forgetting. So the way I've been doing it, and I think this is a little bit better, is I save replays, and then at the end of series, instead of a break screen, I show the highlights of the series. That seems to make the most sense. I mean, I am impressed. I don't know if I'm impressed is the right word, but I am rather surprised that Ragnarok has not opted to end Hero. I mean, he effectively has. Hero needs Ragnarok to really screw something up to have a chance in this game. I mean, he's down on 3 bases. Ragnarok has his 5th on the way. Ragnarok is up massively in every metric. Income, absolutely. Army supply, absolutely. Tech, yes, he's got a hive on the way. He's got a spire just about done. And there we go. Baneling's going to run on into this 3rd base. Storms are not going to be there in time. So 11, 12. A bunch more workers will go down because, of course, 24 workers will go down. These are +2 Banelings. +2 Banelings. I don't know if you've all heard +2 Banelings. They one-shot they one-shot probes, and that makes everyone very sad. Now the trick, Buckboy, is I need to make a Stream Deck button that will open up Twitch polls 2 minutes after I press it. Or really control all Twitch polls 2 minutes in the future, because that seems rather useful. That's gonna be a nice storm, but that seems rather useful indeed. Now we bailing Zerglings rolling on it. I mean, I like this High Templar spacing. It makes a lot of sense as Zerglings will get on top of these High Templar, forcing Hero to really truly take the engage. Storm is not going to get the bailings. I mean, they're getting Zerglings, sure. Actually, you know what, the High Templar... Okay, there we go. But no, all the High Templar are now gone. I think there's one... Yeah, actually, there's one more Storm rolling on in. All the workers in the third base are going to go down. The fourth base isn't even really mining here. Hero, he's on 20 workers. He's on 32 army supply. But, you know, Ragnarok doesn't have that much army either, as the storms are going to be rather nice. And, you know, in a normal game, if Hero had an economy, I'd say, wow, you know, he just took that fight really well. It's good for him. And, I mean, I guess technically it is, but, DST the Remax. Yeah, Ragnarok here. A bunch of mutas on the way. 23. We're going to see 33 mutas showing on up here. And yeah, this army, this ground army from Hero, has the potential to be scary with as little as it is. But we're just going to see a Magic Box of mutas. But hey, the storms are actually going to be really nice. And they're getting on top of all of these Archons. The Magic Box is going to have to be really good with how weak these mutas are. But it will be at the end of the day. The Immortals, they're firing strong. All the Archons go down. War Prism as well. GG. Ragnarok. He takes game number 1. So from what I've seen, Hero has gone for a robo build in every game that I've cast of him, in all 2 games, which granted is not a big sample size, but it's non-zero. So I'm going to do that caster thing, and I'm going to act like it's a trend. I'm going to act it's going to be like something that Hero is really enjoying as he comes back from military. He really enjoys playing these ground-based styles. Whether it's true or not, I don't really know, but, you know, we're forming a narrative here. So we're going to have to, it's going to be interesting to see what he opts to do in this game, whether he will show a similar style or we'll go for that Stargate style that has become so popular. And friends, he's going to go with the Stargate style here. This is Stargate into Warp Gate, of course, so not the trap style. This is just your kind of traditional Stargate opener. I mean, back in the days when looking at when Warp Gate is research could tell you everything you need to know about a Protoss's early game. Well, that's the style that Hero is playing. Although that being said, he has been going for this robo before Warp Gate as well. So just knowing that the Warp Gate is not done or not started doesn't mean that it's Stargate style, as we do see an Oracle underway from Hero. Yeah, I would. Cat Cam's gonna happen if I can find a good used like 5100, 6100, something like that. Especially now that I'm making real money. It's very exciting. I'm not making PhD money for the summer. I'm making real money, and it means I can afford the last little bit of the stream setup that I've been looking for before I, do whatever. Like, I've actually been able to, mostly thanks to, some really generous gifted subs and people subbing to hit the 36 mark so we could have an extra emote, and then getting those days on the ESL broadcast and some other stuff. I've actually been able to mostly pay for all of my stream upgrades. That was not my desktop in and of itself. Everything else, the Go XLR, the Stream Deck, the mic, the boom, all that stuff. All that's been pretty much paid for by... Actually, no, yeah. All that's been paid for by streaming income. So that's really awesome that I've been able to reinvest it into production quality. Makes me rather happy indeed. Okay, so we have 2 oracles on the map right now. We're going up to a 3rd. Oh. This very well could be... This very well could be a carrier style coming on in here from Zest. I don't think it is. And it's really interesting here. So Hero, he's gotten 3 oracles. And he's just gone for the he's gone for the stasis trap every time, and I mean, he's just not getting it. Ragnarok is absolutely on top of this with whatever he's trying to do. And I mean, okay, that one's just going to get targeted on down because there's okay, Zergling was sacrificed. And behind this is not the carrier build that Zest has been enjoying. This is, in fact, we have a Twilight on the way, we have a Robo on the way. This is going to be the more traditional charge, Archons, probably Storm really quickly. And it's just really an interesting way that Hero has opted to go on into it, because normally, right, it's Void Rays. It's Void Rays. Or, you know, it's like 1 Oracle or something. Getting this 3rd Oracle is really an atypical decision in modern StarCraft 2. And I wonder whether this is kind of Hero's old, the fact, you know, the kind of the idea of the style he used to be playing. Oh, that's gonna get 2. And he's being really annoying with this, but he's not doing a lot. I mean, yeah, he's forcing pulls. That's just about okay. So we have a Spire on the way as well. Where's this being made? In the natural, really, actually, really good, nice positioning there. Really, most likely will not get found for a little bit. And considering Hero is going for charge, he's going for Immortals. He's adding gateways here. There we go. Templar Archives as well. You know, this actually may be really good for Hero, right? Because charge +1 should finish right around the time that Spire is done. Maurice, I don't have a PhD. Well, I don't have a PhD yet. I am getting a PhD in robotics, but I am taking a summer internship, which means because we're applying for some grants. It worked out really well. I'm very happy. It's a place I've been trying to work for a while. I got my internship got rescinded due to COVID last year that I was going to be able to do, and this time I get to do it anyways. Oh, hey, Oracles, we'll get more workers, and I like the consistent damage that Hero's been getting in this game. So PhD is in robotics. I'm working on controls toolbox this summer, but I'm making like 3 times what my PhD stipend is. So, you know, it's not going to happen for the rest of my PhD, most likely. I'm going to be just full-time research from here on out, unless maybe I get one more internship right before I graduate. But, you know, it makes me, it's fun. So, well, are you, Buckboy, are you saying that I'll have a cat that will support random show matches? Because I don't know, my girlfriend's cats don't really like people. I felt so bad for them. We had D&D tonight, and someone brought a dog, a sweet dog. I mean, very, very docile dog, but the cat just about climbed to the ceiling when they saw. So anyway, okay, but now the Oracles will get taken on out here. Finally, that source of consistent damage is gone. But, well, the mutas have been revealed, so that's going to be really nice for Hero. He should be able to really react to this. Mutas shouldn't get a lot done at this point. As, there we go. Archons on the way. We see cannons go down in the mineral lines, and, well, Hero's posturing. He does have, I believe his Storm is done. No, he can't. He canceled Storm. Interesting. The mutas are going to keep sharking around here, and there we go. Okay, so yeah, that last 2 out Templars will morph on into an Archon. But now, yeah, it's Hero's turn to get aggressive on the map here. The mutas are going to be able to knock down a gas, sure, but really the question is whether Ragnarok has enough to really make this fight happen. And, I mean, the force fields are actually going to be really nice. Not many Banelings will connect early on, but the files are going to be rather nice indeed. The Archons, though, they're at the front, so the Banelings really can't get by at all, because the Roaches are forming a force field of their own. Now, we have the mutas running on in, and this is the problem, right? Yeah, the Archons are soaking at the front, and that's a good deal. But, well, the mutas are going to come on in behind now that all the Archons are dead. Hero, he gave it a good run, but unfortunately, his units are not the heroes that he wants them to be. Yeah, there are very few mutas remaining, but it does not matter because the rest of this army will go down. It's 85 army supply to 6. And Ragnarok, well, it's his turn to move out on the map now. It's his turn to exert his will on his opponent. Hero tried, but unfortunately, he was too weak-willed for the exchange. Now Ragnarok sitting here on 90 army supply. Mutas in the main base, main army into the 3rd. I'm really not sure what Hero is supposed to do. Now, Hero did have an opportunity to move out a little bit earlier when +1 charge was done, but it's certainly not that opportunity now, as Bailey's just going to run on in into the shield battery. Charge will not be successful, or excuse me, Immortal's going to go down as well. 3rd base will get broken. Yeah, we got a couple warpins, but it's 90 armies, 90 supply to 14 here. Hero, yep, there we have it. GG Ragnarok. he is going to take the game.